As Americans and tourists alike attempted to celebrate the new year in New York for really the first time since the pandemic, they were reminded that lawlessness spares no celebration, no gathering, no Democrat-run U.S. city. It all happened around 10 p.m. on Saturday night outside of the secure area set up for New Year's Eve celebrations. A 19-year-old whack job, Trevor Bickford, with possible ties to radical Islam, whips out a machete and proceeds to strike an officer over the head. He then proceeded to use his machete on two additional officers before being fired upon by one of the officers. And one of the attacked officers had just graduated from the police academy the day prior. He now has a skull fracture and a laceration on his head. And now investigators are pondering whether this nutcase has been radicalized by Islam. Well, his mother and his aunt notified authorities weeks ago about their concerns of that very thing, and the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force was looking into it. Imagine if the FBI spent as much time investigating radical Islamists as they do parents at school board meetings or Donald J. Trump. Just imagine. But don't worry, Mayor Eric Adams is commending the officers for their response, saying he's really pleased with how they handled the situation. Oh goody, how comforting. You might get sliced in the head with a machete at one of the most law enforcement dense celebrations of the year, but your mayor will give you a pat on the back. How about addressing the fact that New York City is lawless, thuggish, and getting worse? Maybe empowering and supporting your officers every day would be a great resolution and start. But we know Governor Hochul ain't going to tackle that because she's too busy making sure hippies can be composted after they die. The priorities of these Democrat states are just truly mind-boggling. But other states look at states like New York and California and cities like Chicago and say, hold my beer, let's make this our new statewide policy. Yeah, Illinois, I'm talking about you. There's no common sense in this country anymore, and the fact that basic law and order has become a Republican thing is super freaking disappointing, especially considering the fact that we as a party can't seem to win many elections. So 2023 is off to a bangin', knifin', machete-wielding start, y'all. Hang on to your hats and your heads.